This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. Let's have fun today at the expense of some Satanists, right? I mean, nothing gets my blood boiling more than the sight of these losers who think that they're cool, who think that we're all stupid enough to fall for this lie that they're not really Satanists, that they're that they're atheists, that they're not really Luciferians or Satanists, that they don't worship the devil, that they don't perform these rituals. Well, I stumbled across this band called Twin Temple. This is a band of some type that claims that they don't worship Satan, right? Yet they have a song called Lucifer, My Love. You know what? Just take a listen. But if you have sensitive ears, blood might start coming out of your ears. But take a listen.
Is Lucifer anyone else's beloved here tonight? Lucifer, my love, the candles are burning bright. Give me a little death, take me as human sacrifice. I'm just a fool in love with you. I'd never sell my soul, but I give it freely to you. Oh, Satan, deliver me from society's hypocrisy. I kill to spend eternity with you. So tell me your preference, blue denim or drapes, or should I risk arrest? I'm not ashamed of my nakedness. Listen to me, I'm not a saint, I'm not a whore, I'm a woman. I've been screwed. I may not be a virgin, but I'm saving myself for you. I'm just a fool in love with you. I'd never sell my soul, but I give it freely to you. Oh, Satan.
I mean, aren't these people supposed to be getting powers from Satan, right? These devil worshippers, like, aren't they supposed to be receiving through these spells that they do actual talent? I mean, maybe they missed the boat with this one because, I mean, I've heard better sounds come out of my own rear end. But here's an article on this group who's being promoted. Hail Satan, Twin Temple, that's the name of the band, are bringing darkness to the land of angels. It's Satan's world, and we're just living it. You see this guy here? This guy looks like a string bean, probably hasn't eaten a meal in a long time. He's got the snake on his shoulder, around his neck here. I guess we're supposed to be all afraid that they're wearing black clothing and they have snakes on them. Ooh, oh. I mean, this guy's literally 50 pounds soaking wet. But you want to see something embarrassing before I read on? You know, you go through I'm going to laugh a lot during this video because these people are they're such embarrassments to humanity. I mean, they really are. Right? And then they sit there and they just continue to proclaim that they don't worship the devil. But they have a song called Lucifer, I Love You, or My Love. And they have all these images on their Instagram account. And they're still like, yeah, but it's a political activist group, which I'll read to you what they say about who they are and what the satanic temple and all this stuff is. They got these pictures. They have the Baphomet with the pentagram. They're using the pentagram just like the Satanic Temple, right? They use the same logos. They've got stuff that says, have you accepted Satan as your Lord and personal Savior, right? They got the girl drinking blood, right? Throwing up the devil horns, wearing the Baphomet head on their face. This is the funniest one that people out there will get a kick out of it. This is the lead singer of the band. Here he is, satanic feminist, right? That just goes to show you, just like I've been saying, the feminist movement is nothing more than a New World Order movement, and all of the pathetic branches in the occult, from Freemasonry to Eastern Star to Satanic Temple, Scientology, all of them, they all are told to push the same agendas. That's why they're all pro-LGBT. That's why they're all, involved in the feminist movement. And then they use that to push abortion, because they trick people into thinking that they care about a woman's right, when it's really about, they know that they need those blood sacrifices of those poor children, and they need the abandoned fetuses and stuff for their cannibalistic rituals that they perform. So you can go through this. You get the guy. I mean, I don't know if it gets more embarrassing than a man wearing a shirt that says satanic feminist, but I guess it does, because if you scroll through here, you can actually see rituals being performed. I mean, it's amazing, folks, but don't forget, they are atheists, as this article will tell us. It says red lights shine down on the stage as an organ played a haunting melody fit for a vintage horror film. Echoes of Hail Satan and Hail Babylon ricocheted off the walls as a woman clad in black lace lifted a chalice to the sky, only to have an inverted cross thrust into the cup. She took a sip of what looked like blood and red liquid dripping down her chin. The sacrament was done. The offering closed. But they're atheists. I mean, all normal atheists do this, right? There's atheists who listen to this channel, right? Is this what you guys are doing too? You're like, yeah, I don't believe in the devil or God, but Hail Babylon, let me drink a chalice filled with blood, or even if it's mock blood, which is, of course, what they always claim. I mean, and the funniest part is this band claims to be a doo-wop band. I mean, doo-wop or doo-doo? Did anybody else hear the music that I played a minute ago? I mean, boy, this woman shouldn't quit her day job, because... whew. I mean, you want to talk about nails on a chalkboard? How about nails going into the side of your head? It says, in this satanic world of Twin Temple, we're just living in it. Alexandra, and Zachary are the high priests and priest of Twin Temple, a 7-piece satanic doo-wop, or like I said, doo-wop poop, or doo-doo, band hailing from the City of Angels. While many confine Satan to the likes of black metal, the duo is breaking the notion that Satan has a type. After all, who says Satan wouldn't get down to some classic Americana meets occult Amy Winehouse tunes, right? Good one-liner, writer. Probably this an embarrassing article once again by these losers who think that they're funny who write these articles. This is what the woman says. Satanism as a concept was just a historical way of othering and oppressing groups of already typically oppressed people, from the genocide to indigenous people to the witch trials in America. All these people were lumped into the category of devil worshippers. She says Satan as we know it, as an archetype, is really born out of Christian mythology. It wasn't until the Church of Satan and Anton LaVey in 1966 that people turned it around and embraced it. Oh, okay. Then she goes on to say, for us, Satanism is a way of aligning ourselves with the adversary, with the outsider, attempting to subvert social norms, exalt the individual, and understand that everyone has the right to their own free will and to do what they please. Ultimately, at its root, it's a humanistic thing. It's about recognizing that we're just one humanity. At the end of the day, the point is to transcend it and transcend dualistic thinking like God versus the devil or mother versus whore. Okay, so let me get this straight. It's not about actually worshiping the devil, but all your pictures on Instagram are of the pentagram, the Baphomet, all occultic symbols and rituals. You have songs titled Lucifer, My Love. I mean, can you make this stuff up, folks? Can we make this stuff up? I mean, does it get any more? I mean, how stupid can people be to buy this? And of course, with their whopping and impressive 220 YouTube subscribers, they describe themselves as, so this is what they're saying, right? They say one thing, then they say, they talk about how their band blends Luciferian magic, macabre humor, and brash contemporary topics inspired by the candor of confessional poetry. And then they say they are witches, and like any magicians of their kind, they cast a spell. I mean, huh? Jeez. Like I said before, I'll say it a million times. We got all these mental institutions. I mean, wouldn't you just have to say that these people are mental because they claim that they're not Satanists, and then everything they do is pretty much the same satanic rituals we see over and over? We see them constantly mocking God, constantly mocking Jesus Christ, constantly pushing all the satanic agendas, feminism, LGBT, right? Do without will, using the symbols, the Baphomet, the thrown up. I mean, they got pictures of the Baphomet statues, and they say new Baphomet statues for sale at the Arts Holiday Bazaar. I mean, I'd love to get my hands on some of these statues. My axe is very well sharpened and ready to go. Okay? I'd love to split these things again. But again, folks, these people are just atheists. They're going around and then, low life websites write these interviews, and they say the band is really about empowering the oppressed. But remember, it starts with Hail Satan and Hail Babylon, and she drinks blood out of a chalice. I mean, what more do I need to say? Do I need to read on anymore? The idiocracy of today's society grows day in and day out. Okay? I'm showing people out there, waking you up to see that these occultists are real. Satanists are real. They pretend that they're here and that they're part of this liberal movement, right? They pretend that they're here to fight for rights. They're fighting for the do without will mindset, because that is what Aleister Crowley demands. That's what Satan demands. Do without will mindset means tolerance. That means accepting of everything, which means going against God's word, which means going against the 10 Commandments and God's laws, which is exactly what all of these Satanists do and are trained to do in their initiation. They must break all the commandments. They must go against everything the Bible says to do. And what does the Bible tell us about these people? John chapter 8, verse 44, you belong to your father, the devil, and you want to carry out your father's desires. He was a murderer from the beginning, not holding to the truth, for there is no truth in him. When he lies, he speaks his native language, for he is a liar and the father of lies. Everything that comes out of these losers' mouths is nothing but lies. Nothing. And then we're supposed to look at them and we're supposed to be afraid because they're wearing black lipstick, because they perform these sadistic rituals on children and animals. I mean, I always say, I'd love to see one of these guys have a pair of balls and confront somebody, an actual adult, and actually confess that they worship Lucifer. But I guess they're embarrassed. And I would be humiliated if I worship Lucifer. I mean, how come all of us who believe in Jesus, we are so, we're so, I don't want to say we're proud, because then someone will say, you're talking about pride. But I mean, we love Jesus, and we're proud to say that we love Jesus, right? But these people, they just continue to lie because they worship, a goat with breasts and a penis. I mean, these people worship the biggest loser on the planet, and these people are the biggest losers on the planet. Look at them, walking around with goat heads on their faces, thinking that we're supposed to be intimidated by them, thinking that we're supposed to believe, oh, look at all this stuff that they do. But they're atheists, and this is just a show, folks. It's just a big show. I mean, like I said in the beginning, I'll say it once, I'll say about a million times about these people, specifically this band. If you're doing all this crap and you're worshiping the devil and you're doing these spells, like you even admit on your YouTube description page that you cast spells and whatnot, do you think maybe you should give it up because it's not working? Have you listened to yourself sing, lady? I mean, really? I've heard, I don't know how else to describe it, but to say I've heard better sounds come out of my rear end. It's the truth. Talk about talentless hacks these people are. 220 YouTube subscribers. I don't want to brag about YouTube subscribers, but I think that's a sign maybe you should give it up, folks. All right? Maybe get down the road. Maybe get your black lipstick off. All right? Find something else to do. Or just come out of the closet, admit that you're really satanic worshipers. I mean, the reason I cover this stuff is so people can see that these people are everywhere, from it's bands, and all these mainstream, or these articles come out about them from websites and bloggers who are popular, who push them as cool and, oh, this is so cool. And then they're like, oh, don't be afraid. We don't really eat babies and do that stuff, right? Every article says that, talk about deflecting. I mean, this article mentions it too, right? Let me find the spot where it says it. Oh, here it says, so no, after she says about Antoine LaVey and how, Satan, as we know it, is an archetype, is really born out of Christian mythology. The article says, so no, Twin Temple doesn't drink the blood of virgins or kill babies to sacrifice on the full moon. So how come every time they talk about any of this stuff, why are they always mentioning that and deflecting off of it, right? Why would you just not bring it up? Oh, because you're guilty, because you people are involved in it and you're protected through your secret societies, because we have the police forces and everybody else who protect you. I mean, it's a complete and utter joke, but I don't know if it's as big of a joke as this band is. Boy, don't quit your day jobs, folks. Whew. Anyway, I wanted to do something. I just wanted to rant about it. I get so pissed off when I see Satanists. I can't stand the sight of them, and I know that they're protected behind their computers, and if you ever confront them, they're like, oh, typical Christian behavior. He's violent and rude, right? Like Satan is right on my wall on my videos every day, and they're like, oh, some Christian you want to clothesline Satanists into hell? Yeah, I do. I definitely do. Okay? They're like, oh, that's real Christian behavior. Where's the love? Where's the love, right? Because so many people are deceived. I mean, I see there's truthers out there who are popping up out of nowhere pushing this love crap. I mean, I don't know how many times I have to warn people. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have love in your heart. Of course you should. Of course Christ is about love. But you also have to have discernment, okay? Because they're taking the word love and they're turning it into tolerance so that everyone lives by the do without will mindset. And that's exactly what the goal of these low-level satanic organizations like the Satanic Temple and the Satanic Church, or the Church of Satan, I should say. That's exactly what they're pushing, along with all of Hollywood and everyone else out there. Okay, there's a reason for that. So this was Twin Temple, just another pathetic attempt from these Satanists to act like they're cool, to pretend and deflect like they're not Satanists, that they're atheists. I mean, the gig is up, folks. Just give it a rest.